All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Grow Family Network. And today we're kitchen composting. A few months ago, I showed you all the outside tumbler composter, and I got some mixed reviews on it. As far as not saying that it didn't work, but people was just talking about composting in general, how hard it is to keep up with composting, turning your compost pile. If that tumbler's out there, you got to go out there. You have to actually go out there and turn it. And sometimes it is true what you say is that sometimes if you don't do it for a couple of days, that compost in there will get kind of hard. So you have to go in there and kind of break it up and then start turning it again. With these composters, these kitchen composters, the one I showed you before, this one, you don't have that. It's doing it for you. It's electric. It may be, you may think it's lazy. I think it's genius that you can actually have a composter. I'm going to pull it out of the box. Have a composter that you no longer have to worry about. You're taking this one out. So these come with Vego tabs. And this is going to be that, I'm going to say that bacteria that's going to help speed up the composting process. So it actually comes with 30 tablets in it. Now, if you know a way to get bacteria, that helpful bacteria into your composters, then it may form the same thing, the same idea, but you don't need it. You don't need it. So what we're doing now is we're unboxing it, kind of showing you what it looks like. All right, so we got a guide to replacing the filter. It's right on there. I don't know if we need to do anything just yet. I want to open this up, and it's going to be one of those. Well, this is the front of it, I would say. All right, that's the name on it. We're going to just spin that around. So this is a spin top. This isn't one that you can take off or pull up. You got to spin it off. All right. We got the refill kit for your carbon filter, so you don't have that smell inside your house. And I'm going to show you the inside. We got to take this bucket out. Now the bucket, it's coming out. So you can see inside. All right. And all of those is just the mechanism that the bucket actually goes onto, sticks onto it. And this is your turners and your crushers inside. This is the magic. This is where the magic happens. There is a fill line right here. What I like about this one is the glass. Remember I said that? I was like, man, they need one way you can see through the whole thing. Well, you can't see through the whole thing, but there's a glass on it. So I'm going to put this back in, and there's arrows on the side. I'll show you. You can see this arrow has to match up with that arrow. So I'm going to put that back in. That's just the bucket. You can refill it in or out. So it's sitting in there. So there's different modes, which most composters do come with. When you think of composting, you want to think of fertilizing, right? Some you can do it in a couple of hours. That's not going to be a fully composted product, but it's going to be dried out enough where you can just throw it in your garden or bury it in your garden. And it's more like a waste reduction, the shorter time frame. As you go more and more as far as time frame, as you go higher and higher, then the product becomes more refined, more processed, if you understand what that means. So first, there's a composter mode, there's a fertilizer mode, there's a rapid drying mode, and you can see 9 to 24 hour cycle is the composter mode. 2 to 8 hour cycle is just an express. Dry, rapid drying, and grinding. Semi-compost or fertilized is 9 to 22 hour cycles. So that's how fast from you eating scraps. That's a grass mode. They kind of say you can kind of put that out in your grass. And it's just a more broken down product. But what it says is basically you plug it in. Let's push that in. That's in. We're going to just follow the directions. And we'll be done with this one.
Again.
It's plugged. It made a little beeping noise. Let us know. Okay, we took off the lid. Pull out the bucket. So they say you can pull out the bucket. Yeah, so the bucket doesn't need to be twisted in, from what I'm seeing. Add your kitchen waste and Vego tab into the bucket. It's getting real simple. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to just start it out. Belle's going to stay right there. I'm going to show you some of the things that we kind of have around here that we're going to throw in there. So you're looking at it and you say, well, what can I put into this composter? If you bought bread and then you started getting bloated and you're like, I got to leave the bread alone. And the bread is just sitting there molding. Well, you can take that bread and you can compost it. What else? You got picky kids. And your picky kids decide they don't want to eat this leftover papaya. They like it. They like the seasoning, but they don't want to eat it all. So what you do, this thing does bones, different products.
Bone meal?
Yeah, so you can make your own bone meal. Here's some leftover French fries from the store. So I'm just starting off to show you how you can start to incorporate some of this stuff. That's one thing. What else do I have?
Okra.
You didn't keep up with your okra or whatever vegetables you have. And they've gone too big. You can see our okra.
Turning to seeds.
Yeah. It's not seeds all the way, right? But it's too much for us to eat. It's gonna be a little too stringy, a little too hard. You gotta cook them down a little bit longer. So what they ask is that, I'll show you this. You just want to kind of cut your stuff up a little bit. You don't have to, but I would tell you if you want to get this stuff composted really quick, of course it's like mass, right? Surface mass. Just cutting this stuff up. You're going to hear that stuff crunching. Yeah, it's too hard to eat. But the composter should take care of it. That one wasn't hard at all. So we're composting okra. And what we want to see is what this is going to look like in about 24 hours. Our composters are different. This is why I'm glad. I'm glad we can bring these composters to you all. So you can get a chance to say, you know what? That one's right for me. Once again, this is taking away any of your excuses to not make your own fertilizer. The fertilizers are getting super expensive, and you got grass, you got leaves. Just think of all the things that you have at home in your yard that you wish you could just compost. Maybe there's an old fruit tree around your house that nobody really eats off of. And instead of letting that fruit just fall on the ground, you can harvest that fruit that nobody likes. Nobody wants to eat anymore. You can harvest that fruit and you can make good fertilizer. I even got some elderberries I seen outside. Pour some of that in there. Pour some of the elderberries. Now with elderberries, you want to be careful. Maybe not to put the stems in, but it doesn't matter because it's going back in the ground. You're not eating this. This is going back in the ground. I got some other stuff. Let me grab some other stuff here. Now you can hear, I do have a, what you call this?
Mango peel.
Yeah, mango peels that we ate. I'm going to throw the mango seed in there. The mango seed isn't that hard. It's really just a shell. So I'm going to throw that mango seed in there. I'm going to open this up.
It's the passion fruit peels.
Passion fruit peels. Now you heard that popping. that's one of those electric lights because I've been waiting to do this video. And of course, fruit flies are everywhere. Look at this. I'm putting that in there. Yeah, I'm putting it in there.
Got microorganism already in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's already got fungi. I ain't gonna put that one. That one's a little hard. But we're getting up to the max line.
Yeah, that should be good enough for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some more in there. And we just want to see what they're gonna do. The rest of this, I'm gonna put in the outside composter because I've been just waiting on this video. I didn't want to use it all. I wanted to save some, have some left. And there's some small little passion fruit seeds in there, but not much. Okay. So we have that. This does come also with Wi-Fi.
Oh, wow.
You can actually hook it up to your Wi-Fi, and I believe you can turn it on and off through the Wi-Fi. I'm not really a big user of Wi-Fi, but for those that want to get real techie, go ahead with it. So we're going to put in one tab. Every time you cycle, they say you want to use one tab. What I found is with beneficial microorganisms is as long as you don't completely empty the bucket, there's always going to be some microorganisms left to repopulate as you start to use this thing. If you want to do a continuous cycle, there's always going to be some microorganisms left. But when you add a new load, just don't completely take everything out. Let's see if the lid closes. That's what's going to be the telltale, I guess. Oh yes, that lid closes. So now, let's see if I can peel this off so y'all can get a better look.
Wow.
So now you can see inside at what we have. Each mold is represented on the top of your actual machine. Your Vego composting mode is here. Your express mode has the lightning strike. Your fertilizer mode has the little flower. You can add that straight to your flowers like a fertilizer. Your grass mode is just additional grinding, more biodegradation. Is to create a nutrient-rich organic matter for your lawn. But hey, you know us. You're going to throw it up in the bed. And then you got a clean mode where you just add some water and then you kind of run through a process or a cycle of just cleaning it with the water and the heat from the machine itself. Right. So it says, tip, you can add more kitchen waste even when your device is operating within a specific mode. That means if you look in there and it's going down, it's grinding it up, you can go ahead on and add more as long as you don't pass that max line. It says just press the selected mode button to pause. That means you'll press the button, you'll pause it, you'll open it up, and then you'll add your kitchen waste, and then you'll start it again. The cycle duration will be rescheduled for the new weight. So it has a weight scale in here, and the process, the cycle, is built off of how much weight it's actually filling. After closing the lid, the cycle will resume automatically. If you want to change modes, press and hold the mode for 3 seconds to stop the current mode, then select the new one. So if you had it on the composting mode and you wanted to change it, you would hold that mode for 3 seconds, then it will cut it off, then you will go to another mode. Let me see if that filter has something in it already. Because I didn't change the filter out. So that's something I need to make sure I didn't pass up. It was way up here to the front. Yeah, I didn't do that. So I got to get how to start using the device. First thing I should have did was, it says install the carbon filter refill kit and the power card. So I'm going to unplug it. And we're going to turn it around. We're going to take these off. So basically it says remove the filter. Look like, I don't know, I was about to say, look like this one is a screw. This should come off. I'm going to push it that way. Oh, it popped off. And then we're going to add the carbon. And all companies have the same concept and idea as far as the activated carbon. You got to have it. You got to have it. Have to have your filter. You can see it. You don't want to hear. You don't want to smell compost in your house.
That should be good enough.
All right. So basically,
Snap.
yeah, I'm just want to make sure it doesn't say anything about that little extra filter. That was that little thing there. And that snaps back in. All right. So now I'll talk to you about the Wi-Fi process. So now we got, I guess they got a light. Let's see what the light is. Oh, wow. Oh, the light is on the inside. That's nice. I'm gonna turn that light off. And let's just go with that process there. And it's already started. So what we've pressed is the Vego composter mode. It's a 9 to 24 hour cycle. It says moderate temperature processing helps preserve beneficial nutrients, creating a rich, biologically active garden amendment. So I'm gonna come back in about 2 days around the same time, hopefully, or a little bit earlier or later, and we'll let you kind of see what's happened. We're not gonna do anything else. I'm gonna push this right here. I'm gonna slide it right here on the countertop. Just gonna slide it back onto my countertop. When my kids get home, look at that mango that came up there. That mangoes came up to the top. So it's just gonna keep doing that. And when the kids get home, they're gonna want to look at it. All right, so we're back about 24 hours later, a little bit more. It's been turned off, so it went through the cycle. When you put it on the cycle, it went through that cycle. And I might have added, like I think I added some watermelon because I looked in and saw how the okra is kind of stringy, real stringy. Let me take it out so y'all can see. But you can see how much it's went down. It's went down really well. A lot of what you're seeing in here now, from a composting standpoint, this is all that okra. That's why they tell you, you can't really eat the okra. I think if we were to, which what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this process continue and see how long it takes to turn the bulk of this. Let me take some of it out to show you that's what's left on top. Like I said, it's only been 24 hours that's been churning.
I think because you put it on fertilizer too. Right?
Yeah, but look when I get down in here, you can see the difference. And this is just, the fertilizer mode. It's just breaking all of that down, drying it out, and so it's becoming real rich, but real broken down. So if you think of yourself adding fertilizer, now you can sift through this, but I'm trying to get to the bottom. So you kind of start getting to the good stuff. And no, it doesn't look like soil because it's not soil. It's just all of the vegetables that you've put in. It's breaking down into that fertilizer medium. So everything you put in, every piece of nutrients in it. And this Vego, I did the Vego mode. And the reason why I did the Vego mode is because it's low temperature. The last one I showed you, the last compost I showed you, it's the temperature is a little bit higher. But this is just the Vego mode. This is what it does in the Vego mode in 24 hours. What we put in, okra, passion fruit, and watermelon, right? And some little table scraps we put in. But you can see that. Get too close, mama. you can see that how fine it's just broken it down. You can see there's some still in there. And that's how fine it's broken it down. In just 24 hours. What I would like to do is I wanted to try that to see how it works out. What I would like to do is keep it going. See some of this bigger stuff? I'm going to just leave that in there. Remember, it still has the Vego tab and that what I call bioactive tablet or beneficial organisms tablet that's in there. Now that's a little dry. Like I say, we put dry stuff in there. Even the watermelon, it was just the rind. If you start to put more of your vegetables in, okra is very dry, so you're not going to get a lot of moisture content. But you can see right here, this is a more finished product. And I'm sure if I would let this go a little bit longer, that I would actually get more and more and more. So I like it. But what I want to do is I actually want to try the next process and the next process. So the more compost I get, and we'll be doing update videos on these to show you how they're working. I just wanted to show you a quick 24 hours, whatever you bring it out of your garden, you throw it in here, and in 24 hours you can just keep adding and adding and adding, and it's going to take all of that waste, all of that bulky waste that's bringing in the fruit flies, the gnats, and all of that. It's going to take that waste and it's going to turn it into a fertilizer that you can actually use in the garden. So the one we pressed was moderate temperature. You can see it right there. Right? That means it wasn't really that heated that much. So that means that this garden amendment still has some more life in it than if they would have heated it up really well. So it still has more life in it than if we heated it hard and composted it. So I want y'all to check these out. Vego Kitchen Composter. Amazing deals here with the Vego company. Amazing products. Check them out. Check out some more videos of other people that probably are reviewing this as well. Maybe they're going to touch on more things than we touched on. Don't forget it's Wi-Fi capable. You don't really get that all the time. So Wi-Fi capable, you can turn it on and off from wherever you are, probably in the world. And of course, it's making a very good product that you can actually show your kids. Bring this out to your pots. Bring this out to your raised beds. And now all that waste is condensed. So thank y'all for watching the Go From It Network. Consider investing in getting rid of all your complaints. Oh, it's too hot to compost outside. Oh, I don't know how to compost. Oh, I wish I could compost. Now you can. So from Grow From It Network and the Vego company, here's a composter just for you. God bless.